So I'm back. When I after having my first child, like man, life was just now beginning far as, parenthood, motherhood. Um I moved back to Oklahoma, so basically me and my first child's father, like we split up. He went back to doing whatever, and I moved on, and I just had to be a mother. And I think, like I say, I thank God for my mother. But in the midst of that, like, I'm like one of those out of sight, out of mind. Like, I'm not about to be crying over no men for forever. Like, life goes on. So I end up, y'all, this is crazy. 6 weeks after, you know, having my son, y'all let your little body heal up. I end up messing with my second child's father only because I messed with him while I was younger. Like, I knew him, I grew up with him. Like, it wasn't like me going to go look for anybody new or whatever. So, he hit me up and it happened. And so here I am with my first baby. I'm working at Foot Locker. Like, I'm being a mother. My son, he would go so often with his dad. You know, like we did the long distance. His dad stayed in Texas and I stayed in Oklahoma, Wagner at that. But while I was working at Foot Locker, I ended up getting back linked up with my cousins. Well, my cousins were all pregnant with their first kid. I already had my first kid. So we end up, talking and laughing, having a good time. And we all end up going to the health department. They already knew they were pregnant. I guess they just wanted the paper. So I was like, I'm being childish. I'm like, I'm going to take one too. Y'all, I literally went in that health department, took a pregnancy test, not even knowing anything. Y'all, why didn't people tell me that I was pregnant? Y'all, why did I come out that health department crying and screaming, hit the floor? I'm like, are you serious? I just had a child, and then my next one, they don't even got the same daddy. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it really messed me up. It really messed me up. And so, I immediately called my second child's father. And I was like, hey, I'm pregnant. This dude said, what do you mean you're pregnant? I said, I'm pregnant. He was like, well, I'm married. You gonna have to get rid of that baby or do something, blah, 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 this. And I was just like, that right there just gave me like, what? I'm like, I laid down, had sex with you. I knew that you was that you was married. You knew that you was married. I'm not about to kill my baby. I'm like, I'll just take care of him, but you don't got to do nothing for me. Like, F you. And it was F him until I was probably about 7 months pregnant. And in the midst of that time, while I was pregnant, like, my mom, she had got me where I had an apartment, but I didn't want to go live in my apartment. I didn't have no furniture. So I was just like, oh my God. So my little brother and my cousin, they ended up going to go live in my apartment. We had nothing in there. They ended up turning it into a trap spot. Like, so my mom was like, why won't you go home? I was like, because I don't have no furniture. My mama gave me everything out of the house. I mean, cleaned that house out. Gave me everything. Y'all, this is when stuff got real for me. I had moved into that apartment. They were trapping. So like they making money. I'm doing what I gotta do, like literally going to work, like just, being mom. Well, I end up meeting one of, I ain't gonna say meeting. I end up linking up with one of my homeboys, and I was just like, I was like, man, can you teach me? Like, he was like, yeah, I got you. So, took a little money, and baby, it was up from there. He taught me the game, and I thank him to this day. Like, he created a monster when he did that. Y'all, I began to be in the streets on that day right there. Like, I had one baby, one already here, one on the way. Like, these jobs ain't jobbing. Like, I just, like, I turned to the streets. I turned to the streets, and, like, I did that. End up, I was doing it. I was cars, clothes, shoes, but my kids never wanted for nothing. And, at that time, me and my second baby daddy end up like, I don't know what we could call that, but like we thought, but it really wasn't. So like we became hustling partners. Like we ate together and all of that, like to take care of these kids. And then he just wasn't on my page, and I'm sorry, like he's older than me, but he wasn't on my page. I wasn't about to let no man, I know you married, but I'm not about to let no man be taking money out the pot to go take care of your wife. Yeah, you gonna have to do that with your check. Cause we got something going on over here. No. So, long story short, that flipped, that turned. He ended up doing something crazy. I went and slashed all his tires, poured pop in his CD player. Like, yeah, baby, you're not about to cheat on me and think that it's okay. So we end up parting ways. Bye-bye. Going about your business. In the midst of that, he started to tell me that, oh, well, my mama told me that I need a blood test, so I'm not gonna be able to do nothing for the baby until till I get a blood test and all this. I was like, okay, that's fine. So, my little brother ended up getting me evicted out of Wagner. He also caught a case for me. Yeah. So I had to move back to Muskogee. Here I am. I got these 2 babies. I'm still trying to hustle, but I'm working. It's just not giving. But I'm always keeping a job, working, keeping a job, working. So, first baby daddy in Texas, he doing his part. Whenever he come get my baby, they do whatever. Second baby daddy, he say he can't. So, now at this time, I got to find a babysitter. Boom. You going to go get on child support. Put him on child support. Now my baby's in daycare. So I'm working. Roundabout September of 2006, I end up losing my job. So I had to go find another job. And I think it was like roundabout October. I ended up going in Walmart one night. And I'm in Walmart, y'all. And I don't know what I was doing, but I was in there. And this is how I met the third baby daddy. The third baby daddy, he was like, some dude was trying to holler at me. I was like, like, what is, like, leave me alone. Like, y'all dusty. Like, please just leave me alone. So, third baby daddy, he was over there laughing. I'm like, what is you laughing for? He was like, cuz, how you just turn bro there. I was like, cuz, like, He was like, so what's your name? What's your phone number? With this. So me and him started talking. We started talking, and it didn't even, like, we wasn't talking for long. But the whole time, like, with me, like, I'm a be like, hey, You got a man, I mean not a man, you got a woman with this, like you shooting your shot at me, but I still need to get to know you because I don't play that. No, I'm single, with this. Y'all, straight lied to me, lied in my face. Y'all. So I end up talking to him, whatever. Me and dude end up messing around. So I done messed around with this dude. Come to find out, this dude had a whole girlfriend. He done slept with dang near half of my family. And I was like, are you serious? This is why I be like, I can't do Muskogee. I didn't want I don't want to be sleeping after nobody. I didn't want nobody's baby daddies. I didn't want those problems. Like, you know, if I got any problems that I have, I signed up for them. So yo, third baby daddy, he lied to me. Now I'm knocked up pregnant. So y'all know how your family be always gossip talking about you. Here I am with the third baby. I hid that pregnancy. When I say I hid it, nobody even knew I was pregnant besides one person in the baby daddy. But I was like, no, I'm not telling nobody because I don't have time for the judgment. Like, you know how people like, you got to, I didn't do it. So, y'all, when I tell y'all I went through it with that pregnancy, I went through it. This is me being pregnant with Corian. I'm working. I'm getting into fights. It was just like all types of stuff going on. That man put me through it. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, you don't even have nothing to offer me. Like, why am I going through this? Like, what is going on? And so, y'all, I end up getting this dude a phone. I end up, like, I was just trying to help him. Like, I was doing all types of stuff. So one day, like, literally, I had, got him a phone, but he wouldn't answer the phone, so I cut the phone off. He shows up to my mama's house. He, like, cut my phone back on. I was like, no, you don't know how to answer. I was like, bye, go do you. Like, you sleeping with all these different women, bye, go do you. Long story short, he showed his ass. He ended up stealing my purse. In my purse, I had some money. I had some money that I had just received from my child support check from my first baby daddy. So, y'all, he done stole my purse. And so I get a knife and I slash his girlfriend's tires. So he riding around on 4 flats. And I'm chasing him. Y'all, the whole time I'm calling the police, calling the police, calling the police, calling the police. Police, they don't come until dude literally gets all the way down the street, inside of these people's garage. Then now the police show up. When the police showed up, I was like, he stole my purse, blah, blah, blah. This, I told him his name, told him everything. They was like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. You're going to have to write a statement. I'm like, are you serious? So this man could just steal my purse, do all of this. Yo, when I tell you that right there was a moment that I was like, I'm done. I'm not messing with no more dudes. I ain't dealing with this. I ain't got time. Y'all, I had to boss up. When I say boss up, I had to boss up. That man had me so stressed out. I had stars all over my eyes where like they was leaking. My eyes was like literally, it was probably about 5 on each one of them. I literally had to wear bangs and like just peek out the side. Like he had me so stressed out while I was pregnant with Corian. I went through so much and end up leaving there. He had threw all my stuff out the window, but he took my money. Well, he didn't take all of it. Y'all, when I went back and retraced, I found the ID and I found my some money. So y'all, I found that money and I went home and I just cried and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. And my mama, you know, she one of them strong women. She was like, what you crying for? You need to quit crying. Whoop this, blah, 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 this. That ain't gonna do nothing. He don't want you. I'm like, ain't nobody worried about him wanting me. This man, I am pregnant with his baby. This man literally robbed me for everything that I had. I already had 2 kids and I'm pregnant with your baby. I'm like, you a sorry son of a. I'm just like, I'm going off and I'm just crying. And I was like, you know what? At that point right there, that when I tell y'all that gave me all the strength in the world, I packed up my 2 kids. I took that little bit of money that I had in that purse and I went and bought me something. And baby, when I tell you I hustled my ass off. That was $150 that man left me with. I hustled my ass off for dang near probably a month straight. I went and got everything that my baby needed, like all of this. Y'all, by the time I was done hustling, I had like $2,400. Why dude called me talking about what's up? I said, what is you calling me for? Oh, I'm just trying to see. Baby, I hope that $400 that you got from me while I'm pregnant with your child and got 2 other kids, I hope that you live off of that for the rest of your life. Because you going to reap what you sow. Baby. So, y'all, I end up having Corian. He ended up calling. I'm like, he was like, did you name? No, his name is Corian. Like, baby, I'm not naming my child after you. I don't want nothing to do with you. And like his family, his siblings and all of that, like, you know, they was in Corian's life. They would come visit him. Like, he would go do all of that. But far as him, no. So, in 2007, I end up meeting my husband. And when I met him, like, I was like, what do you want? What do you want? I was like, because who sent you? I was like, because I'm not one of those. Like, I'm not no jump around. Like, what do you want from me? And he was like, no, I really want. I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm not one of them to play with. So if you really want to be here for me and my kids, be here. But if not, leave me alone. Go on about your business. Like, you ain't getting none. This ain't nothing to play with. Like, for real. And he was like, no, for real. So he said that, and he's been doing it ever since. So that's how me and my husband got together. And when me and my husband got together, Corian was seven months, going on 8 months, and he's been there ever since. And that's part 2. I'll be back with a part 3.